You got to be able to shift and change as the day goes on, because how good a plan you had this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's not going to stand the test of the day till noon probably. It's going to get shuffled and mixed. We're a civil and heavy highway contractor, so you get some stuff that's local, like school districts and stuff for our customers. I handle all the maintenance, whether it be on our truck tractors, our equipment. Our whole company is dependent on diesel fuel. We probably, on a daily basis, probably have 80, 90 pieces of earth moving equipment that are taking fuel. We'll probably burn 2,300 gallons per day, operating day to day, and being able to get the fuel to them in a timely manner daily is of the utmost importance. I mean, most of the machines won't run 2 days on one tank. So you need a daily fuel delivery, fuel, grease, and depth. Before we went to the Thunder Creek, we were using a big full-size Mack Granite tandem axle. You know, it had 1,000 gallons of fuel on it. We had a smaller Peterbilt single axle that had about 500 gallons of fuel on it. You know, we got maybe 200 gallons less in the Thunder Creek than we had in that, but it gets around so much easier. When you go to buy a full-size Mack and then put the maintainer bed on it and everything, and a full fuel and lube bed, that's a pretty expensive piece. When you go back to this, you know, you cut your costs significantly. And we thought, this is gonna be the way it needs to go. Decided to pull the trigger and buy one of the trailers first and see how it went. And that was a good choice. For the day-to-day operations where we're going and making 6, 7, 8 job sites with that truck, it's easier for him to get around town in the truck than it was the truck and the trailer. We use it strictly for fuel and def, and he makes it around and greases equipment when he's out there. Makes the daily service that you gotta have to keep all this stuff rolling. This one over here is set up strictly as a lube PM truck. There's no fuel, no def on it. The guy that we got in there, he gets a list in the morning of the units he needs to go visit. He gathers his filters and goes to them, changes oil, differentials, whatever PMs that they require on that day, and then away he goes. If you don't bring fuel to the site, you're either going to have a tank on site or have a fuel company bring it to you. The tank on site, you open yourself up to a few problems there with the fuel being stolen. And if you have your own fuel truck like ours are, you can set it up where if something's different today than it was yesterday, and we need to hit this job first, but we can do that. You know, you'll have a machine that all of a sudden turns south and doesn't want to run right, and mechanics looked at it and it needs fuel filters. Boom, right out there, get on him, get him back up and going. There's no money to be made by waiting. These are pretty nimble little trucks that get in and out real easy, and they work their way around a job site pretty nice. I've got 7 different fluids on here that cover pretty much everything for our Caterpillar John Deere equipment. You ain't got to chase and look, it's all right there, it's labeled. You pull your hose out, you get to work, and then away you go. Biggest benefit is it helps with the personnel availability. Finding a CDL Hazmat driver here in Dallas-Fort Worth is it's a tough chore. If you got a guy that understands the mechanics and stuff of doing PMs or fueling, you can put him in there and he can go to work for you today. It wouldn't matter if you're a person that's got 2 pieces of equipment, 1, 5, you could benefit from this. You know, if you're a smaller guy, you set one of them up with fuel and def and the lubes on there that you need, and it's one truck, one package. It's easier to get into too. The overall cost of one of these versus getting a full-blown fuel and PM truck, they've come up and they've exceeded expectations. I don't see us ever going back to a full-size fuel and lube truck anymore. The Thunder Creek's probably where we're going.